Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Tigress Corner Talk Radio right here on iHeartRadio. Welcome to Midweek Inspiration with Tigress. I am your girl, Stephanie Tigress J. And once again, I want to thank you for joining me for this short, inspirational message. And I hope that if I don't reach all of you, I at least reach one of you. So how you doing, guys? It's Wednesday, or some people like to call it Hump Day. How you doing so far this week? Did you listen to the message last week? Did you decide and make the choice to rejoice no matter what in all things? Was it easy for you or was it difficult for you? Have you wanted to cuss somebody out this week yet? At work, at home, in your social life? Or have you been maybe putting yourself to the test and saying, you know what, I'm going to do things a little differently than what I'm used to doing? Especially if you're the type of person, you're a little hot-headed, a little hot-tempered, quick to get angry or quick to get upset. Have you decided to just breathe and just say, you know what, I'm going to chill? I know I'm working on myself, so trust me, I'm not preaching to anybody. I'm not judging anybody. I am a work in progress, as they say. Okay, so for this short inspirational message this week, let's talk about haters. And it's funny because I kind of struggled with what I wanted to talk about. It was a couple of things that a couple of topics I said, well, maybe I can talk about this, or maybe I could talk about that. But I got to thinking and I said, I want to be able to talk about something relatable, something we all can relate to. And I never want to come across as, too deep, or I also don't want to just talk on the surface, if you guys can understand that. So today I want to talk about haters. And I think we all deal with haters or have dealt with haters at some point in our lives. And those of you, if you've never dealt with any haters in your life, trust me, you will. And if you don't, that means you're not doing something right. Because the primary job of a hater is to hate on something that they are jealous of when it comes to something you might be doing. Just your personality. If you've got one of those great personalities that everybody is drawn to, that everybody likes, you seem to get along with everybody, there's always going to be somebody out there that is going to find something wrong with that. They're going to hate on you. Or what's the saying go? How does it go? Haters are going to hate. So, and it's funny because on a personal note, I used to, when I was younger, I didn't understand the whole concept of haters and why do people have to hate on you, why do people have to hate on me? And I'm a nice person, I'm not perfect, but I consider myself to be a nice person. I'm an accepting person of others. I was raised and taught to be accepting of others, regardless of their race, their culture, their class, whatever. And so I didn't understand why, certain people would hate on me. And I can remember an instance, because, one thing I'm going to do with these midweek inspiration messages is I'm always going to try and give you a personal story. So that, and maybe this has happened to you, But I remember when I was in grade school, it was maybe like middle school to my first year of high school. And I went to a private school. And at the time, it was only a handful of black people, black students in the school. It was predominantly white. And so it was kind of one of those things where all of us kind of hung together, because that's just the way it was back then. But anyway, so there was this particular person, and I won't say male or female, but there was this particular person that from the first day that I started at this particular school, this person just did not like me, and I was nice to this person. I was always polite to this person. I spoke to this person all the time. I tried to be very friendly with this person. But for some reason, this person just was not feeling me. And it's almost like this person would even get irritated when I spoke to them. And so even though we kind of sort of hung out in the same clique, we did not really have anything to do with each other. Because one thing about me, and I've always been like this for as far back as I can remember. One thing about me is that if I can see and tell that you don't really care for me, or that you are just not trying to, deal with me like that, I'm going to leave you alone. I've never been the type of person, I don't kiss anybody's butt, and I'm pretty sure there are a lot of you out there who are just like me. When you could tell somebody's not feeling you or don't like you or really don't want you in their space, you're going to leave them alone, and you're going to be okay with that. And for me, I was okay with it. Yeah. Did I wonder? Because, like I said, I was in grade school. Did I wonder, why this person didn't like me? Of course I did. As a kid, of course, you want to be accepted, especially in school. You want to be accepted. You want to be liked by everybody and so forth and so on. But I didn't let it bother me. And so I remember as the years went on, I went to this particular school for several years. And so as the years went on and we got into the upper grades, in this particular school, it was still kind of the same clique that hung with each other. And I just remember there was an incident that happened where someone kind of called this person out. They said, so-and-so, why don't you like Stephanie? What has she ever done to you? Because for the last few years, she's always tried to be nice to you, but you've never really been that nice to her. And this person said, she hasn't done anything to me. I just don't care for her. And this other person says, well, why not? Why don't you like her? And this person said, I just don't care for her. That's it. And so I'll admit back then, because, when you're younger, like I said, you want to be liked by everybody and so forth and so on. And it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. Now, of course, now, that I'm a fully grown woman and I've been through some things, I really don't care who likes me and who doesn't. I truly don't. Because if I know that I'm a good person deep down, and if God knows that I'm a good person, like I said in last week's message, God knows your heart. And so, but as you get older, you learn to accept that people are people. People are going to be people. Haters are going to be haters. And as I got older, I began to realize that this particular person, I figured out why they didn't like me. It's not because, I did anything to them. It's not because I was mean to them or anything like that. They did not like me because before I started at that particular school, they were the it person. Everybody was drawn to them. Everybody liked them. And then here I come along with my jovial personality at the time, high and, speaking to everybody and just trying to make friends. I was just trying to get in where I could fit in. I was in a new school, didn't know anybody. And, I was just trying to be nice. Well, this person, I realized as I got older, they saw me as a threat. They, I guess, felt that I was stealing their thunder because I came into this little clique, and like I said, I made friends easily in this little clique. People liked my personality, and I believe that that's why they did not care for me. And so that's what I call being a hater. And I'm not necessarily calling this person in particular a hater, but it was hater behavior. Let's put it that way. And so, of course, I experienced more of that as I got older and, went through school and then started in the workplace. And, there are just going to be people out there that just are going to hate on you. And for me, I'm kind of like Cat Williams. You know, if you're going to hate on me, then hate on me. Obviously, I'm doing something right. Obviously, it's something about me that you wish that you had, or that you wish you were like. And I'm not saying that to sound conceited or anything like that, because I am far from that. And anybody who knows me very well knows that I am not that type of person. I'm not conceited at all. I'm not full of myself. Now, can I be a little diva-ish at the time, at certain times? Of course. I will be the first to say, yes, I'm a diva. I love to wear my heels. I love hair. I love makeup. I love nails. I love pretty clothes, pretty purses. And it doesn't necessarily have to cost a whole lot of money as long as it looks good. So yes, am I diva in that way? Absolutely. But I've never been a person that is just full of myself, or I think I look better than everybody else. And that's never been me. I've never been the type of person that intentionally likes to draw attention to myself in that way. But what I'm saying is that I've learned that when someone else makes the decision to not like me just because, even though I've never done anything to them, or even if I'm so nice to them and polite to them, but they're just not feeling me, then obviously they're sipping on a cup of hateration for whatever reason. And I don't say that to throw salt or throw shade at anybody. I'm just telling you that, if you find someone like that in your life where they just, no matter what, they hate on you and you never done anything to them, it's because it's something wonderful about you. And I see it like this. We need the haters. That might sound strange, but we need the haters, because if everybody always liked us, then I don't think we would be, as grounded as we should be. I mean, I think, our egos would be big, or we would have the big head walking around and thinking we were all that and all this and whatever else. But I think haters sometimes keeps us on our toes. So thank you, haters. Thank you so much. If you hating on me for whatever reason, you know what? I love you with the love of the Lord anyway. Because I have God in me, and if God be for me, who can be against me? And greater is He that is in me than he that is in the world. So if you hating on me because of my personality, or because of the way I carry myself, or because you just see the devil in you doesn't like the God you see in me, then you know what? I love you anyway, and I'm going to pray for you. And people, that's what I want to encourage you to do today. Don't worry about the haters. Don't worry about who doesn't like you, and because not everybody's going to like you anyway. Not everybody is going to appreciate you for who you are. Not everybody is going to take the time to really get to know you for who you really are inside. And haters, they're not going to do that anyway. They don't want to get to know you because they already feel threatened by what they see from a distance. So they're definitely not going to take the time to get to know you and get to know the wonderful person that you are. So I think that once people realize and accept that, you'll be fine. You won't worry about the haters. You won't worry about who likes you and who doesn't like you, and who gets along with you and who doesn't get along with you. And I have to say, as I get older and more mature and go through more experiences and so forth and so on, I tell you what, I honestly just don't care. And it feels good to not care about who likes you, who doesn't like you, who's hating on you, who's not hating on you. It really feels, it's like liberating. It's a freedom. And I try to raise my kids that way too, especially my little girl. Because I think girls, when we're children and we're going through school and grade school and so forth and so on, I think we tend to worry about that the most. We tend to worry about, being accepted, being popular, who likes us, who doesn't like us. And, we try to dress to impress other people, or, we try to carry ourselves in a way to where we're being accepted by the girls and the boys. And I think that's just because of the way we were raised and the fact that society kind of brings us up that way. But I have to say that as long as, like I tell my daughter all the time, as long as you love who you are and you know that you are beautifully and wonderfully made and you're smart, you're intelligent, and you're confident within yourself, don't worry about the haters. Because, my daughter, she's already had to deal with some haters in school herself. And I'm telling you, we've had some experiences already, especially with our daughter, when it comes to certain girls at her schools, that have bullied her or picked on her because she's a cute little girl or because of the way she carries herself. And I tell her all the time, you're going to have haters, honey, all throughout life. And grown-up haters start off being haters, kids in school who were haters. And I just tell her all the time, just stay to yourself, stay away from those type of people, and don't let them get you down. And that's the sad thing about what's going on today, is that so many kids are not being taught that at home, and they're not being validated by their parents and their loved ones at home. As far as, teaching them how to love themselves and be accepting and not worry about the haters and not worry about what others are saying about them. And because they're not being validated at home and being taught that, then they put more value in what others say about them and what others think about them. And when they get bullied, or when they are made fun of, or when they come across kids in school who are jealous of them and they're mean to them, they don't know how to handle that. And sometimes it ends in tragedy, and it's so sad to see that. So, and even adults have gone through that. If they don't feel validated, or if they feel like they have to thrive off the opinion of others, or if they can't handle the hateration, sometimes it ends in tragedy. Or if they don't commit suicide, they become alcoholics or drug addicts. They find some kind of way to medicate themselves. And it's very unfortunate, and that's why my relationship with God is so important, because I didn't get a lot of validation growing up myself. And, I dealt with, like I said, haters too as a kid, but I don't know, it was just always something that I had within me, and just even knowing God at an early age, it helped me deal with all of that. And it made me stronger, I guess. So I just want to encourage you on today that, for the rest of the day and through the rest of this week, and just take this throughout the rest of your lives, haters are going to hate. They're just doing their job, but you love you, and you don't worry about what others think. And I know there are a lot of you that might listen to this and you'll say, I don't care about what others think. And that's good. That means that's growth, that means you've come to terms with who you are. You love yourself for who you are, and you don't care what others think. And that's where I am. But for those of you who still struggle with that, I just want to encourage you to really not worry about that. There are so many other things in life to be worried about, bigger things, than to be worried about people who are miserable within themselves and who are jealous of you, or who are hating on you, or they're struggling with something on the inside of them, and they want to take it out on everybody else, or they feel threatened by you because they see something in you that they don't have. I just want to encourage you to just really look within yourself, find what's good about you. Say something good to yourself every day when you get up and you go into the bathroom to take your shower. Just look in the mirror and say something good and positive to yourself. Even if it's just something small, like, your hair is looking good today, or girl, you are cute today, or whatever. Say something positive to yourself. Learn how to love yourself, because when you really love yourself and you really have that confidence, you don't care about the haters. You won't let what everybody else says, especially if it's negative, you won't let that affect you. Okay? So that's all I have for today. I'm going to go ahead and cut this short. And I hope that I've said something to encourage you. And I almost forgot today, guys. I'll be honest. I was supposed to do this morning, and I got so busy, being a mom. And, I have my morning routine like every other mom and wife and just everybody else out there. We have our morning routines. And I was like, oh, man, I forgot to do the midweek inspiration. So I just wanted to make sure I came on here and said something positive to you and said something to encourage you today, no matter what time of day it is. So you go ahead and take what I said and apply it. And if you want to comment, those of you, if you're listening via Spreaker, you can always leave a comment there on the show page. If you're listening via iHeartRadio or, I think iHeartRadio, then you can email me if you want to leave a comment. Tigress Lane Enterprises at yahoo.com. If you're listening via YouTube, you feel free to leave a comment on the page, or get a discussion going, or share your story. It's okay. I welcome all comments, good, bad, or indifferent. And until next time, folks, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Tune in next week for another edition of Midweek Inspiration with Tigress, and also for another regular episode of Tigress Corner Talk Radio. Okay, guys? So until next time, I encourage you to go forward in love, peace, and laughter.